everybody, it's Chrissy from Chrissy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here to do my studio share. So I'm sharing this with you even though my house is a disaster, but I'm never going to get this done otherwise. So please forgive the little bit of mess that you're going to see, but I'll do my best. So I'm starting off showing you my little spot where I have some of my supplies. This is where when I film, you always see me sitting. This is here. It is literally, if I rotate you, you would be looking at my kitchen. So it's kind of in my kitchen, and then you can see like there's a door behind there that would lead up to upstairs. Obviously we don't go upstairs because we're the basement suite, but that's that. So it just kind of holds the top, this top right here. It just has some books that, my few books that I've kept. And then some pictures, some more pictures. This used to belong in our bedroom, and we had to move it out when Nora arrived because the bassinet's now in there. And then the scrapping part of this one is down at the bottom there. That big basket holds a bunch of kind of like older projects that I've created, and they're just old. Maybe some re-scrapping going on in there. And then those right there are my stash kits that I'm giving away each month. They're the little giveaways that I do. And then in those four boxes right there are, the top one is a bunch of old layouts that I am going to re-scrap. And then I have Halloween and Christmas and some photos of my old layouts from my childhood, and then I think some other photos in there. So that's what's in there. And then this is my IKEA type expedite thing. It doesn't hold anything 12 by 12, which is annoying, but it does hold my baskets, and that works pretty decently. So at the bottom down there, I have all of my project lives that, or excuse me, all of my December dailies that I've ever done. So 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2016. Love that. That basket at the bottom holds other like mini album type things and just a bunch of randomness. You go up a shelf, a bunch of like old planners. I created a few of my own little album things that I never actually used. This is where I store all of my tissue paper that I reach for. This is the basket I created that holds my scraps when I condense my scraps. So I have some of them separated into like themes like summer and Valentine's Day and fall and stuff like that. And the rest of them are just different shaped scraps to grab for that are smaller. Again, some old planners. And then this one is where all of my sewing and my spare tape is. This is the one that holds all of my punches. I don't own a ton, but I have a few. I also have Jackson's name in there. We lost the O to his name, so I have to find it so I can redo it and hang it back up. That is Jackson's. I made a pregnancy album of Jackson when I was pregnant with him, and I never finished it, but that's that right there. This is my beautiful mixed media station. I go to this a lot, obviously. I keep all of my mists up front because I use them the most, and then my dazzlers are behind there. I have my smaller stencils here, and I also have just kind of a little cheat sheet to show what the colors are if I'm interested in that. And this, I just record a bunch of YouTube stuff, and then just a bunch of other randomness. And then in this one, it holds my little 4x4 album of all of my favorite little photos of Jackson as he's growing up. This is what I'm documenting my 100-day stories in. And this just holds, I keep all of my numbers separated by number, and they all just go in and live in there. And the top right here, that is where I store my albums until the end of the month, do my album shares, and then they get put away. And that right there is where I hold my sequins that are not Spiegel Mom scraps, and I barely use them, but I really love the bird cage, so I keep it like that, so it's something pretty, and if I ever need to get to them, I can. So that is what that looks like. And if you were to go this way, that's our washroom, Jackson's room, and then our bedroom is off to the side. And then this right here is our laundry space, which is why you see my basket of laundry right there. And I'm going to try to very quickly and not sickly rotate. So here is my scrap space. It's at the door. Like I said, our house is a mess. There's a garbage bag on the chair right now, and it's just craziness. But that's my desk that I'll share with you in a moment. And that used to be where our huge dining room table used to be, and then this desk used to belong here. So we've rearranged everything, and I really like this setup. It works really well. I used to scrap, and I had natural light, which is really nice, so I don't have that anymore, but that's okay. I'm just living with it. And so this is kind of my scrap space along, and I still have stuff on here that will eventually be transferred so that it's not on top of the microwave, because that's not really the most convenient. And then the last thing I wanted to share with you is where I store my albums. Do you see my dirty stove? So it's right underneath where our coffee maker is, and I just store all of my albums there. They all fit. I wouldn't be able to buy another album. They wouldn't fit. I'd have to find a new place for them to go. But for now it works, and I like it. They're color coded. So starting up here, this is Jackson in the teal. The yellow is the Book of Me, the pink is Nora, and then the solid pink one right now is actually just our, I'm creating an album that are just stories about our family that are like every year type stories. And then the navy blue color, even though that's kind of a teal, I offset the colors because I thought that was neat. That is our yearly album starting from 2013, and then the black and white one is Project Life from 2014, and then Project Life from this year that I've barely touched, and it's also right now holding my 2017 layouts as well. So that is where I keep my albums and my awesome expensive camera that I never use because my iPhone is so awesome now. And my super messy area here. So again, this needs to get fixed. Jackson and Sean were playing and they knocked down my little, I have a little knick-knack shelf, and they knocked the whole thing down, and I haven't put it, I was a little upset about it, so I just haven't touched it yet because I was upset. So there's that. And then this is where my paper lives. So my 6x6 lives right there, and it's not organized really, but they're just all right there. And I told myself that that's all I'm allowed to have. If there's any more than that, I have to go through it, get rid of some, and not let it get any bigger than what fits within this little box. And the same thing with my bigger paper. So I house all of my paper here. And there's two pretty big, like this thick slots, which is nice, and it all just lives there, and I thumb through it. I do have it organized by color, and I've shared that with you on a video, so you've seen that before. And then this is where all of my alphas live. It just works for me. I have some, obviously I've got, you can see it kind of overflowing, but I don't have a ton. It's not something that, I try to use them as much as possible, so I try not to own a whole bunch of them. But there's that, and I enjoy that. And then when you walk out, so right now we have Nora's swing here, which eventually we will leave, and then I'll probably put a table or something here, and this will come back to being more of a scrap space for me. And this is the pile of stuff I still, that whole bag is like usable scrapbooking stuff that I need to go through that I want to keep. So I just need to go through it, get it organized, figure out where it's going within my new scrap space. Okay, now let's walk over here. We are basically at my front door. So this is my scrap space and the desk. I stand to scrap. I like it. That's what I love to do. So my computer is on my desk, and it's fine. It's tucked far enough away. I like that, and I can watch videos while I'm working, so that works really well for me. And then you can see I have my light, and right next to that, these thickers are the ones that I've been reaching to try to use up, and my goal is to finish these up by the end of July. And then this kind of funny, precarious, this is how I film. I am way too cheap to buy a like an inexpensive mount for my phone, and this actually, it works perfectly. I don't mind it, it just does. So it's just a plastic container, one of my baskets on another basket, another plastic container that holds some embellishments I hardly ever touch. A funny little album that I was going to create for Jackson's every month of his first year that I never got to, and then the stand that I then lie my phone on. So, and then I use this so that it doesn't slip, because I have a really slippery phone case. So yes, there's that. And then I hold all of my photos in this fun little blue, I like the tealy color, and that's where all my photos are hosted, so I have easy access to them. And then I have created this mug that I bought, or I think I got it for Mother's Day actually. I love it. It's so pretty. So I am using it as my garbage to throw my little scraps away, and then I empty it out into the garbage after every layout I create. And behind that is my go-to thing. So I have like my pencil and my rulers and my glue and my scissors, and all of that sort of stuff is in there. And then beside it is the journal I keep to document what photos that need to be printed and what layouts I've created and all of that. And then I have my 2 traveler's notebooks that I've started. One is an actual, like a fun traveler's notebook that I'm doing for the Scrapping Wonders design team, and the other one is to just document my layouts. And then my workspace. So I am about to start working on a layout for Spiegelman Scraps, so I have that out and ready to go. And I have my 2, I actually own 3 of them. I love these little things. They're perfect for putting embellishments that you think you want to use on, and then you can go through them. And then I have a 3rd one, but this one is housing currently a bunch of like brads and stuff. So whatever. I like this one. This one fits really nicely actually just up on top of my computer, so that's where that lives. But I love it. So one with my initial on it, and one that says Mom Ain't Easy. So that's really cute. I got that for Mother's Day as well. And then I just have a sticker that I'm trying to work through these last few stickers, so I leave it on my desk so I keep looking at them and remember to use them. And then below here, behind everything is a bunch of our seasonal items and stuff in big plastic bins. So I have my Raskog that I keep, also my ephemeras in a bunch of bowls. I've shown that to you before, separated into different things. Below that I have some plastic, like they were old the stamps used to come in from Stamping Up. I've used that to kind of separate my ephemera a little bit. So like I have floral in one and chipboard in one, and then below that I have all of my little embellishments in this little thing, and my flares in there, my Project Life cards, and then this is, thought it would be more convenient to separate some of my favorite things, but it's not, so I need to go through that again. But there's some of that, and that's how I do that. And then the box below that is all of my Christmas stuff that I want to use for December daily. So it's all just in that box. I do it like that because Jackson doesn't touch it that way. Otherwise, if I had it out like I do up here, Jackson would get into it. So I've learned to just do that, and it's a good detour. He doesn't touch it. And then hiding behind that, I have my big scrap bin that houses my bigger scraps. Behind that is, my sewing machine. And then I bought this new little teal case that, you can get at Michael's, and I have secretly been purchasing ever so slowly some newer things, even though I'm on a spending freeze, which I'll explain to you when I do my haul with that. But so that's where all of that is. And then my July stash kit that I've created is also there, so I know exactly where to go for it. And that just kind of lives there, which works really well because I can just pull out my Raskog, stand where it is, have that off to the side. So it would go like this. And so this is how I scrap. And then it's right at my hands, which is really, really handy. I love that. And then this is just a really old set of drawers that I got. And I have my watercolors really handy right there. And then this bowl of beautiful goodies that I need to get through in Scrap, and I just haven't, so that's just there. My first drawer houses all of my stickers, and this is not the most convenient way to store stickers, guys, but it's how I do it, and it's what I'm doing for now. And then within that, I also have, this is my little ephemera collection for Nora, my ephemera collection for Jackson, some random stuff that I'm not exactly sure what that is, and then my fun foam is also in there, so it's really easy to reach when I run out of a piece. Normally I actually just finished using some, so normally it's also right here, so it's easy to grab. And then the second drawer houses all of my Squeakle Mom scrap stuff. So my sequins are in this bag, my sport is in this bag, and then my felt and all the other stuff is in that bag. And underneath all of that, I won't touch that bag again, is my my fuse that I haven't touched yet. And then this last drawer is my stamps and my inks and just anything kind of like that, all just lives in here. I hardly touch these, so it's the perfect place for them to be because I don't use them that often. But that's it, guys. So I have a very, very small space. If you really think about it, other than the fact that I'm allowed to kind of stretch out this way a little bit, and then I have the two pieces of furniture down there, I am in the smallest space ever. Right behind me, if I go to rotate you, sorry again, see our super messy home? It's our living room. So, and there's Miss Nora having a nap. So I am literally in the middle of the home, and so scrapbooking can be challenging sometimes, but I personally love it. And when we move, I actually hope that we can find a way for me to scrap in the middle of the home again, because I get to still be a part of the family, but yet be creative at the same time. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have any questions, just leave them below. Bye, everyone.